Welcome back. In this session, we'll talk about how online learning is organized and managed. And when we speak about online learning, there's really quite a variety, ranging from the flipped classroom, which almost any teacher can do with relatively little effort, to the online class that some K-12 schools and almost all universities offer, to fully online schools like the University of Phoenix at higher education and the cyber schools for K-12. Now, MOOCs are kind of at the other end because they need to be so much different. They enroll tens or hundreds of thousands of students. They need to appeal to students who aren't forced to take them, so they're much more sophisticated. The CMOOC is a collaborative MOOC where people work together without a rigid content. Rather, they're expected to create the content collaboratively. The XMOOC is the MOOCs, that's the kind that we'll be working with mostly. That's the kind that came out of Stanford and is implemented by Coursera, Udacity, and edX. The ones that are most interesting for us, that our course will focus on, are the XMOOCs, because to invite and hold so many students and to deliver that content without compulsory attendance and cost, they have to be great. And the XMOOCs have just raised the bar for all online courses around the world. The opposite end, flipping the classroom, is done by teachers who are busy, who don't have much extra time or much technology. So flipping the classroom is our example of technologies that anyone can do anytime without much effort or cost. Now, whether it's flipping the classroom in K-12 or a full online course or MOOC, the lessons need to be accessed and managed by students. So there are management systems. The content management system and learning management system for our purposes in this course are the same. It's most commonly called a learning management system, and you are already familiar with it through your work with Blackboard or Moodle or CourseSite. In K-12, teachers who are flipping the classroom may use their very own personal website, or they may use a website from the school. Popular or common learning management systems, Blackboard is a commercial system, so it's used by a lot of institutions, but it's probably the most expensive. Brightspace used to be called Desire to Learn until last year, and that's in use by many colleges and universities, at least in Pennsylvania. Moodle, it's the same as our course site, is an open source system. What that means is that the code is given away. There's no cost to create a Moodle server or a course site server. Canvas is a newer system. You can also create a Canvas system at no cost if you put it on your own server. And many schools use the Schoology system, which is free for teachers, for students, for us, as long as you don't bring in external content, like let's say Pearson education models, you can use that at no cost. Now, with so many different systems, there's an issue of compatibility. So I worked at a university that used Blackboard and Moodle. They decided to move all of their courses to Desire to Learn. So every course had to be converted. To do that, they used the SCORM module that comes with every LMS. That stands for Shareable Content Object Reference Model. You don't have to know what that means, but rather this is the lingua franca. This is what allows a course to be translated from one platform to another. It never translates it well. It always has to be redone to a degree. So whenever possible, avoid creating a course in one system like Moodle and then transferring it to another like Blackboard. The MOOC LMSs really are different. So each of the major MOOC providers, Coursera, edX, and Udacity, have created their own LMS. The edX system, done in collaboration with Stanford University, is being made open source, and that's available to anyone at no cost. You have to put it on your own server and figure out how to make it work. But it's the most modern of those, and what I mean is it can hold and serve hundreds of thousands of users. It as mentioned, is open source, so anyone can take the source code and modify it, improve it, customize it. There's an emphasis on managing the course through short videos, such as our course includes. And every student action is recorded so that research can be done on what students, what elements of the MOOC are most effective for learning and which parts don't work so well for students. There are some issues here that you need to know about. So some institutions and instructors want to lock their content down. They don't want to share it. They think it's theirs and nobody else can use it unless they pay tuition. On the other hand, some professors want to share that content. They don't want people to have to pay or go through an admissions process. They just want to share. That's done through permission. So questions, does somebody have to create an account before they can access the course? Do they need a username and password and all that sort of stuff to access it? And how portable is the course? So if an instructor creates a course in one school district or university, can they easily take that course with them if they move to another school or university? An important case study for us to consider is MIT's OpenCourseWare. So it actually started in 1999. Between then and now, they put over 2,000 of their undergrad and graduate courses online, free for anybody to take anywhere, you get to see famous professors such as the physics professor Kurt Lewin. He's one of the most famous in the world because his videos the videos of his classes are on MIT OpenCourseWare. Other universities thought MIT was crazy, but MIT realized they really have two special values for their students that no other university can touch. And just putting their courses online doesn't change that. You have to be an MI student to work with Professor Lewin. You have to be an MIT student to graduate from MIT with the priceless MIT degree. So MIT has led the charge worldwide that the content of each course may not be sacred. Content is cheap. It's access to the professors and access to the credential that makes the cost of tuition and attending a course worthwhile. So to review, you'll be selecting one of these learning management systems to do your course project. So if you are in an institution that uses Blackboard or Brightspace or Moodle, you may be allowed to create the course using those tools. Otherwise, Blackboard has a system called Course Sites, I think with an S, not the same as Lehigh's course site. And that allows you to create up to 5 free courses and give them to anyone. Canvas also allows free courses that may just be for a trial for a couple of weeks, but that would be enough for our course. If you're a K-12 teacher, try Schoology. I think you'll like it, and it's something that fits the K-12 model. So I think that's a nice introduction to you for the kinds of systems you'll be working with through the course. Until next time, bye for now.